Ah, okay. I think this has to be good. Okay. Hi, you guys. My name is Rebecca, and I am really fried. It's funny. We're gonna have all these like beautiful like fall scenery shots, and then it's just like bleh. But that's real life, right? There are plenty of beautiful, perfect YouTubers out there pretending that real life isn't happening to them. Let's talk about real life here. I'm burnt out. I'll be okay. Things are getting better, but I'm like in it. I'm fried. So where we left off last time, my brother had broken his ankle and his leg in 3 different places, had to have emergency surgery. I had to pick him up and take care of him. Today is Wednesday as I'm recording this. I picked him up Thursday, so that's like almost a week of taking care of him. I'm not as tired as I was, hence I'm recording this video. The good news is my brother's recovering really well. Pain is going away. We're tapering off the pain meds, like all seems to be getting better. So that's cool. And thank God my mom is coming back tomorrow. She was in Michigan helping my sister with her own crisis. And I know she's fried. I'm fried. We have caretaker exhaustion. We also took care of my mom's sweet old dog Finn, who I've talked about a lot already on this channel, for months and months, is a really high needs old dog. And it's just like, I mean, man, accidents happen, but goddamn. Yeah, I don't think either one of us saw being caretakers again in 2025. It's emotional, it's hard, there's anger, but we're all doing our best. Everybody's figuring it out. Yeah, and things are going well with my brother. It's been full, I mean, just to like give you a brief illustration, not to invade anyone's privacy here, although my brother has been talking about it on his Instagram, but like, you know, he's got a cast up past his knees, got rods in his leg. It was a really bad injury. He basically is almost bedridden, although he does have a walker and he can get to like the couch. But otherwise he's just on the bed or on the couch and can't get himself water, can't get himself food. Bathroom stuff is interesting. I'll just say that. Like, you know, like sisters don't want to take care of their brothers this way, but sometimes you have to. So that's that's where I'm at. I know that I have like 10 really hard cries inside of me, but they're just like not coming out. And I've actually been trying to get myself to process emotions, but I just like, I don't know, they're like stuck in me right now. I'm sure I will like release some of this when my mom comes back, and I don't know. Anyway, the good news is the hardest part is over. He's recovering and I'm getting some of my life back. And I am really, this is why I'm recording this, okay? Because when you're going through something, if you're someone who is like, has been a caretaker, if you're a woman, if you're someone who has complex PTSD, generally it's hard. It becomes hard and harder to feel out what your own needs are and to provide yourself with what you need. And it's an ongoing theme in my own life to just like recognize that I need things and to give myself them. So I thought that would be an interesting thing to kind of talk about and to share the process of like, no, I am going to come back. I am not going to, of course I'm tired and I need rest, but I'm not going to, give up my life, even though it's changing a little bit right now. It's fine, it's temporary, and I'm lucky. But I am going to radically choose to make my life beautiful despite whatever fucking circumstances there are, right? I feel like this is what we must do to keep ourselves going. And yeah, I mean, of course I have a lot of emotions about all of this, and I'm tired and emotional, but I'm here. It's a beautiful autumn. You might notice I painted my nails, baby. It really helps. It really helps. It's a radical thing to do, to paint your nails when life is chaotic. Nobody needs these nails painted except for me. I need it. It's called Wicked. It's an Essie nail polish. You can see I smeared all over it. It's like as dark of red as you can possibly get before it's basically black. Yes. Anyway. Oh my God. You will stay up. Anyway. I painted this on my toes, which I'm not going to show you because there are weirdos out there. I've got this pumpkin. The other morning I got up really early and I went to, we have this great farm stand that's not too far from here, and I got a whole trunk load of pumpkins, which felt like a radical act. Also, like, hell no, I'm not going to lose out on the fun of the fall season. I am going to get some pumpkins, put them on the porch. I drove in the early morning, beautiful fall colors, and like was listening to classical music. It was like being in a movie or like in a painting, and it was wonderful. So I will be damned before I, let myself collapse and lose the romance of life. I am going to reclaim it, and I am going to have a good time. Basically, I'm looking at this. We missed my mom's birthday. She's been in Michigan for like a month now. So I have a birthday present for her. I'm going to bake her a cake. Got to figure out which one she wants me to bake her, but I'm going to bake her a cake. And I got her this. I got to wrap it. Wild Unknown, like Oracle deck. She has like all the other ones, but not this one. So I'm definitely going to draw some cards from it when she opens it. But that's a very like my mom gift. This is where we're at. I'm going to document coming back to life, basically, and reclaiming some of those needs and desires, and feel, like the process, share the process of feeling like a person again and feeling joyful again. So that's what we're doing here. I am real tired, and I gotta go run some errands today, and I'm gonna roast a chicken tonight, and I'm gonna clean up for my mom. All right, so getting ready to paint. I haven't really painted or written much at all in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to start simple. I'm going to start easy. This is actually a painting I finished a little while ago. If I may choose to do a couple tweaks to that, but yeah, you can see some just regular nice canvas. I have 2 others that size that I'm gonna try to finish soon, and just to like ease back into painting because I've been out of it, I'm going to start 2 paintings and just kind of map them out and just put down some basic color elements and just block things in on these two guys. And they're just like simple wood panels. They got little holes that I can like put some twine in. You can hang it like a nice little cozy winter piece. But yeah, that's where I'm at. My goal that I made this summer was to put out some paintings for like the weekend after Thanksgiving, like my own version of like a small business Saturday. Yes, I'm like very behind. I have like 3 weeks to get these paintings done. There's no one out there in the world other than who knows that I had this goal of putting all these paintings out for this date. So there's no one out there like waiting on this for me. But in keeping with this YouTube today, I'm doing it for me. I want these paintings out before the holidays really kick in. I want to have winter paintings available. I want to finish these paintings that I started. This one I started back when I had tendinitis. The other big 2 paintings were started when I had tendinitis in February. And I couldn't finish those paintings. So it's sort of personal to me to finish them before the end of the year and before everything gets too crazy with the holidays. So I'm doing it for me. Okay, quick check-in. I'm coming back a little bit more every day. This sweater is significant. It's November, kids. It's November. It's like Fair Isle time. It's getting chilly out. The leaves are falling from the trees rapidly because it's super windy here. It's like, it's a new season. So I'm someone who has always had like chronic headaches, always. And I always kind of assumed it was a sinuses thing, just like sinus issues. It's like in my family, the whole thing. But in the last several years, it's been more like regular, like a couple times a month, I will just be really like knocked out with a terrible migraine. And more recently, I've been trying to not fight them as much with Advil. I have been someone who has used a lot of Advil in the past. Obviously, that is not good for you. So what I've been trying to do is find, alternate ways of healing. And one thing that has become abundantly clear for anyone who's been following along, I've had chronic back pain. I had tendinitis this last winter, spring, where I lost the use of my hands for a while. My hands were in so much pain. And then I've got these headaches. Clearly, I am someone who puts stress into my body. This is just, even as someone who processes their emotions so much, there is stuff that just doesn't come out, and it seems to go into my body. So this is incredibly frustrating. If you relate, let me know. Because, right, like I said, I feel like I process so much. I feel so much. I feel everything. And yet there's still stuff going to my body and making it hurt. So one thing that's helping me right now is like literally just Googling and finding somatic techniques. Actually, no, the first thing I want to tell you, and I'm going to share it in the link below for anyone with, if you feel like you are putting your stress into your head with headaches. I found a really great video for releasing tension headaches, and I did that, and it took away about like 75% of my headache, which was really helpful. But then also somatic techniques. So breathing work, you know, I don't really understand somatic stuff that much, but I use it. But like anything that works with like the lymph, with adrenals, like I was definitely diagnosed with adrenal fatigue a little while ago, like a year and a half ago. I feel better now, but you know, just anything that kind of moves energy through your body, anything that helps you release trauma from your eyes, which is a thing. You can tell how educated I am on this, but like anyone, I find YouTube videos on it and it's really helpful. So I found this guy on YouTube and I did like his whole 30-minute or so routine of like moving energy through your body, moving trauma through your body, and it was really, really helpful. And the thing that really helped me was when he said that our symptoms are signs of our body's healing. Right. So for me, getting a massive headache after caretaking for my brother, having the pain come back in my hands after losing my dog, the body goes into so much stress. And then when there's finally safety and you can collapse, like when my mom came home, I got these massive headaches. That's your body like rushing to heal itself. So there's something reassuring about that, being like the body is working to take care of itself. It doesn't feel good. It's very distressing. It actually causes more stress because I get worried with all the pain. But my body is trying to heal itself. And for anyone who needs to hear that, this is for you. And I'm going to link below this one particular video. I cannot remember the guy's name right now. I just kind of am winging this video right now because I got to go do some work. But yeah, it's really helpful to try to move without saying like, I'm moving my emotions out of my body, but just to be like, all I have to do are these techniques. I don't have to overthink it. I can just move differently. I can follow someone else telling me what to do. It's really a relief. And I feel like it's kind of bringing me back after a lot of stress. So I hope that it's helpful to you too.
You're so pretty goat.
Cute. Okay, this is going to be the last video for this YouTube. It's been weeks since the first video. Yes, I guess sometimes these videos are just it's like capturing a moment in our lives, right? It's not necessarily social media friendly and not easy to wrap up into a neat little reel with voiceover. Instagram's kind of pissing me off lately. Anyway, if you can't tell. But that's what I like about this long form, is that we can go over a span of time too. Anyway, behind the scenes on the diary aspect of YouTube making. Things are good. I've been getting back into my work. I'm nearing 70,000 words right now on the draft of the novel, which I haven't even talked about in this video. Getting about 1,000 words done a day. Some days just 500, some days 2,000. I went a couple days of like panic working and like really trying to overstuff my days with work, and then I got a huge migraine. So, you know, we backtrack. We have to relearn our lessons over and over again. I do. But anyway, oh, look I have another nail polish on. Oh, my hands look so pale. Here we go. Woo. I swear to God, it's like an anchor. Like having something that you do that makes your life just a little bit prettier, that you enjoy, like right in front of you. It makes such a difference. And it's just been a little, I don't think I painted my nails much at all this year. And now it's like, I don't know, I've had like 3 or 4 different nail colors while I've been doing these videos. It just helps. My energy is coming back. I have processed a lot of emotions, worked through things, gone through a lot of anger with like missing time this year, and I'll do another video on this in the future, but just feeling like time was taken from me with injuries and with caretaking, and while we can't get that time back, it is weirdly helpful to me to have anger about that, regret and rage, and to use that to narrow my focus. Like, yeah, the panic and frustration of losing time on my book. Well, you could also argue that like losing time and having more time to really think through some aspects of it enriched it. That's absolutely true. But now, nearing the end of the year, and feeling that crunch time of like I wanted to hit a certain goal by the end of the year, it's narrowing my focus. It's making me less judgmental of the draft, and I'm getting more work done. So we do have that benefit of getting behind this fall. And yeah, maybe you relate. And obviously sometimes you have to cut your losses and say, you know what, a human can only do so much, and I do have to do that with myself. But I really want this book, this draft written. I am hell or high water, baby. I'm nearing the end, so I feel pretty good about it. But yeah, I have to show up and do my work. It's important. So this is sort of fun. I'm gonna close out with this. I gave that oracle deck to my mom for her birthday celebration. We're coming full circle. And I've been looking at another oracle deck by the same woman, by Kim Krantz, it's called the Archetypes. I don't know where the box is. Down here. Well, it's just this. It looks like this. That's the box. This is the main box that it's in. Yeah, the Wild Unknown Archetypes. If you're an oracle card person, I really recommend this deck. It's beautiful, and it's so interesting, and it's so colorful and so artfully done. Let me show you. Like, obviously I'm drawn to this one, the creator, but like you can just see that they're very beautiful, mysterious. The Bridge, the Destroyer, and they're dark too. I mean, they're not just all light and fluffy. They get into all kinds of archetypes here that are so interesting. Venom, I always think that's scary. The Storm. Actually, this might be my favorite one. I love this one, the Poet. Yeah. But anyway, this August, I should say, when I was sort of coming out of grief over Finn and trying to figure out like, well, what's coming up, you know, what do I want to do now that I'm coming out of this sadness? And I pulled a card for like a future, not to predict the future, but what's like a tool for the future. And I pulled the Mask, which is really interesting. I sort of was like, oh, is that about being fake? No, and actually I loved this so much that I wrote the little, like a little write-up. I wrote it down in my journal. I loved it so much. So this is, if you need an oracle card, I have pulled the Mask for you because it kind of goes along with the whole nail polish thing. And just this feeling that I feel like I'm personally stepping into in this new season, coming out of another dark spell. So the Mask, the persona, the performance, the reveal, the mask. We often think of a mask as something that conceals our identity, yet contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our true identity to be revealed. It allows. The mask gives voice to that which was previously rejected. When this card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of theater, so anything is possible. Speak with the other's voice, embody the other's limbs. You are taking part in the ritual of expanding the self. There may be mischief and deception around, and others may be trying on new masks too. No one is sure who is who. It's likely you've become so attached to a single mask that you need to fall face forward into this perception-bending time. Trust it. I very much feel connected to this myself. I feel like with the season changing and moving into the new year, there's the question of who are we? Who do we want to be in the future? Certainly in the political landscape, there's the question of who are we? What do we allow? Who are we becoming? And it's a time to fight. It's a time to show up really originally yourself. And I've gone through this period of, frankly, of exhaustion. I'm still not out of the woods yet, but I do feel myself ready to push more expression outward. I keep going back to the nail painting, but it is this feeling of like, I do want to push outward. I do want to try on new costumes. I do want to play. I have been so inward for so long. And this anger coming from caretaking is turning into more of a push of outward expression. And this feeling of like, fuck it, I'm going to make my art. Fuck it, I'm going to paint. Fuck it, I'm going to write this book. I am not going to do it right, and I'm not going to do it well for a large portion of the creation process, but fuck it, I'm going to express myself, rather than the idea of a mask hiding you. A mask can be you trying on different shapes, appearances, ways of being, and it can actually pull the strongest, truest part of yourself out. I heard this a while ago, but I thought it was really interesting. Often we talk about in dating the idea that we put our best foot forward. You dress up, you're your most charismatic, most charming self, and this idea that a lot of people have of like, well, that was like almost like putting on a performance as your best self in the beginning, like it was fake, like it wasn't real. But isn't it worth looking at the alternative of that, which is, what if you putting your best self forward, your most charismatic self forward, your red lipstick, your dressed up, your suit wearing, whatever self, what if that is the real you? What if your best self, the performance, is actually the real you, and your sorrow, your depression, the ways in which you see yourself poorly, what if that is the false self? And this is something we fall for in depression a lot. I fall for this in depression a lot. This feeling that my worst feelings, my worst days are the real me. And that when I was happy, joyful, lit up, really sparkly feeling, that was false. That wasn't real. The darkness is the real self. And that's a trick of depression, right? But what if the sparkliest you is the real you? What would that mean? Because sometimes I notice this in myself when I'm really having a fantastic day or just a fantastic hour painting or whatever. It's like, okay, I'm back. My phone filled up. But yeah, when I'm like really enjoying myself, really in flow, really feeling good, painting, whatever, there's this feeling of, oh, life is easy. It should be easy in all the other moments too. There's like this clarity that bursts through, and you kind of can't help but wonder, like, what makes a sorrowful moment more real than a beautiful moment, than a feel-good moment? Granted, we do have these animal brains in us that will always put more emphasis on fear or on something bad, on something negative, to make sure that we're safe. And that makes sense from that perspective on why something dangerous would feel more real to us. But that, again, that's the animal, that's the instinct, that's the protectiveness within us. But the part of us that's human, that's creative, that we are creators, we create things, we are bringing so much evolution to this earth. That comes from joy, that comes from beauty. Even when it's dark, it comes from trying to make sense of the darkness. It's trying to make art out of the darkness. So why would our joy, our the delight of being us, why would that not be reality, huh? Anyway, I'm gonna let this tangle of thoughts just stay with you. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna go. This has been a truly long video. Thank you for being here if you're still here. The holidays are coming so fast. I can't even take it. But things are better, and I do see hope, and I see beauty up around the bend. So here we go. I'm ready for some change.